Hey guys, welcome to Bizarre Anime Vibes. I'm your host Jofu, and I'm here with.
Drip Knight, nice to meet you.
And today we'll be talking about just in general the new anime that came out in this fall season and whether we enjoyed it, what we didn't enjoy, etc., etc.
Oh yeah, how this is by far one of the most powerful anime seasons we've ever gotten.
Oh, 100%. I remember late September, everyone was like, bro, in October it's gonna go crazy. This anime's dropping this week, this days, this one, etc. And like October and November was easily the best anime just season, easily in 22 and easily I think in the last few years.
Oh, 1000%. And I mean, it's not hard to see why. I mean, sequels everywhere, getting new series that just
Were built up for a long time.
100%. And people are actually like, the hype is real, and also the answer to the hype.
Yeah, for sure. Just in general, we have so much we want to talk about. But before anything, don't forget to colossal smash that like button and stay up to date with our podcast, our anime unboxing videos, and just everything else on the channel. So without further ado, you ready to start?
Let's do this.
All right. So before anything, I want to talk about Chainsaw Man because that person was the thing I was most excited for, and I'm just gonna say right off the bat, it definitely lived up to the hype. The animation alone,
I
like
was skeptical a little bit on Chainsaw Man. Like the trailers, I'll admit they made things look so good, but for trailers, you can easily just show the best parts
oh,
and just
100%.
like hide out the dirt.
So to rebuttal what you're or go off what you're saying. As a manga reader, I knew what they were showing was literally little to nothing.
Like the littlest
Like
scenes.
they were showing stuff that doesn't even matter, or it was just like basic moves. Like I guess an analogy would be like Luffy's Gum Gum Pistol or Pikachu's Thunderbolt. Like those basic moves were the moves they were showing off in the trailers, and they were looking like the most amazing, like ultimate attacks. And that's why I was like, oh, this is gonna be great because when the real stuff happens,
Oh, it's
it's
gonna.
gonna be even like amazing.
Oh yeah, like I want to say the little movements. They really did take care of the little movements. But I will admit, of course, in the beginning with Chainsaw Man, I think the CGI part,
Yeah,
I was scared for.
for sure. There was a lot of people who were very skeptical of the CGI. Me personally, I thought it was fine. Obviously, I would prefer hand drawn animation, but I'm not going to complain with how good this season has been in general. Like every episode from what is it, Aki? Like Aki's had so many great scenes with animation, from him just making breakfast to the one scene with him crying. Like everything looked so unreal, and it's easily some of the best animation I've ever seen in just for the smallest of scenes. You know what I mean? Like you would expect that in like action scenes. Like we were talking about recently in one of our other episodes, Pikachu versus Charizard. That clash, the animation was amazing, but that makes sense. It was like the finale of
Oh, it was a that was just a huge build up. But yeah, for Chainsaw Man, that's just a
their.
casual Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying. Like literally, they just did Aki's morning routine and made it one of the most beautiful moments from the show, while also making the animation look insane for every other thing.
Oh yeah, like this type of animation I could see on the big screen of like big movies for
100%.
animation
It
movies.
looks so realistic. The detail they have down to every little thing.
And
But
the color palettes, I don't, I don't know why, but it's just the color. It speaks
it's
to me. It's like it's a new type of
it's
anime.
realistic in my opinion. It looks very realistic in terms of color. It's not like these bright blue backgrounds, bright characters with their yellow aura around them when they smile or all that. It's literally just a realistic like how the world looks. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? It's a little gray sometimes the sky might be blue, but there's still that there's those what is it videos on TikTok where it's like look at video or life through a filter and you're like, man, this looks so amazing. And then you take the filter off and you're like, life looks so like gray. But that's what Chainsaw Man looks like. It always looks
like
real.
I wonder though, like where they got the inspiration. Like, what do you say as a manga reader? What do you say like in the manga panels, the way that it's drawn, does it make it look like different than what we got basically?
Well, are you talking about color palette? Because I didn't read it in color. I read it in black and white. So there's
Oh,
not much color to go off that besides like covers of like the manga volumes and like certain like color arts he did. But like overall, I'll say this. If you're talking about like manga versus anime, I think they're doing it justice. There's a few scenes where it's like it doesn't really like hit the same. Like the manga was better. For example, there's one I'm thinking in particular where Makima was on a train, and it looked so much better in the manga versus in the anime. It kind of looked a little goofy, in my opinion. But
oh, is it
again,
like it looked goofy as in like the detail
it was
wasn't
supposed
as
to be
right?
a serious moment, but like the anime made it look less threatening than she did in that moment.
Okay, was the music also like a
No, the music was fine. That
music?
I'm one thing about Chainsaw Man, I will not complain about is music. Like the only thing I guess I could say is that there's one OST they're using, which was also an ending, which feels weird because it was like an ending theme, but also it's an OST theme. So it kind of gives me like weird vibes, but it's not that it's bad. It fits all the scenes it's in. It just feel catches me off guard every time because I'm like, oh wait, that's the ending theme. Why are they playing that in the actual episode? But it fits, so no complaints.
But, in that case, Chainsaw Man,
It's just
w-
like we're just talking about the
it's
animation, but like just to jump to the story, it's one of the wildest stories you'll ever see. Like I feel like, and anyone who's been keeping up with Chainsaw Man, episode 8 is where they realize what type of anime this was. I've said this before, I'll say it again. The first 7 episodes of Chainsaw Man are just build up to like get you settled into the world.
it's
And then
so it's to so it's basically similar with any anime, like
it's
kind of
just
beginning.
literally like the I guess like with My Hero season 1, where it's like, oh, we're just here's the class or here's how the world works. Oh, here's Deku getting his light or getting into the school. Oh, he hears his classmates. Everyone's just casual, having fun. Nothing serious happens in season 1 until the last arc, which is the USJ incident. But like everything up to that point is just build up. And then USJ hits and you're like, whoa, villains, and everything's starting to hit. All Might shows up, fights Nomu, etc., etc.
That's true, and there's
That's what I'm saying Chainsaw Man is. Episode first 1 through 7 is literally just building you into the world. Episode 8 is where you get the vibe of what Chainsaw Man is really going to be like, how the world is, or how the story goes.
so episode 8 is the part where by then you will know if you like Chainsaw Man.
Episode 8 is where you will like Chainsaw Man. You
You
know what I
will
mean?
like.
Like if you sit through the 7 episodes, the eighth one will catch you completely off guard, but in the best way possible. Because it's like the best way that I can describe it is that Chainsaw Man was moving at this pace, and then episode 8 just jumps to here. You're like, whoa, you were not ready for that. But you're good because it's like what you wanted. But it cuts out all that filler.
So there was no like slow parts and like up the build up for
It
one to
was slow, and
seven,
you're like, oh, okay, like you like I catch the pace of this show, what move, how fast everything's moving, and then wait, what is going on?
and then you're drawn more and you like clicking
You're like,
next
now I
episode
need
more
to
and
see what happens next because I thought we were going to be here. I thought blah blah blah, etc. etc. You're done. You're done. You're here now.
man. That's only one of the animes of a new season that we
Exactly.
got.
There's so much more. And last thing I want to say about Chainsaw Man, because we mentioned the animation, we mentioned the story, the fact that there's a different like ending for every episode is also insane. Because
Has
like,
it ever been done
yes, I
before?
know it's happened a few times. I don't know which animes. I can't remember, but I saw people were saying they've done it before. But the fact that you didn't know should tell you how rare that is, especially
Like different any music, different any
theme,
animation.
yeah, like or theme, song, and animation, and the fact with how good Chainsaw Man is already looking, and the endings are having different art styles. Like I'm saying this right now. If you guys haven't seen the new Chainsaw Man at all, watch it. I'm like it's easily in my for me. I'll say this right now. It's my favorite. Out of all the things we're going to talk about that I can think about off the top of my head, whatever we talk about, Chainsaw Man is my favorite from this season. It's that good. I was anticipating it the most. I read the manga. I loved it. Mappa is not failing at all. They just killed it. Spare no expense.
Ooh, I mean, that's where kind of I come with my controversial opinion. Like,
All right.
yeah, Chainsaw Man may have came, dropped the ball, and basically exploded and like for the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of am leaning towards another anime that
All right.
we'll talk. You want to talk about it now?
What do you want to talk about? What are you thinking?
Well, personally, I say Bleach. Kind of honestly, like I'm super biased. Leave that be.
Mhm.
But Bleach blew my mind. Now, if you watch Bleach, you can relate. If you have not watched the new Bleach and you've seen just the trailers, just know, like, this is what Bleach fans wanted this whole entire
Mhm.
time. Yet, though, the story does have some of the issues with how everything does feel a little bit repetitive. The formula you
Okay.
have,
Yeah.
like this. Okay, it is a drawback. There is, I guess, that slight broad drawback. How we have now a new cast of villains. We have to
Yeah.
get to know each one. Wait a second, what? They have new powers? What? They're beating
It's
our.
a new arc. Like
It's,
after how many years Bleach has been off the air, you're coming back, and it's like, yes, it's Bleach. You recognize the main character and some of the cast and all that,
mhm.
but also you're introduced to a ton of new characters and it's like, wait, I want to see this old character. I want to see this character, and it's like you got to. We're going to introduce you to these new characters first before anything.
Oh, yeah, and I guess the weirdest part for me is like the story. I feel like it could have gone a different way and kept with the villains that we had from last time. But personally, I guess that's just a mental theory in my mind. Like maybe they could have gone,
Mhm.
maybe they might return. Who knows? Who knows? I am caught up, of course, with Bleach as of right now. Episode 11 came out as of this recording,
You
so
liked it?
I want to say loved it. Had no complaints till okay. I have no complaints because
I was
the
about
only
to
complaint
say
I have is just Bleach. It's just
Bleach is bleaching.
Bleach.
Like again, Bleach fans are eating. They're getting that new season,
Like
something they never thought they were gonna get. But
Bleach just has the main issues of
Bleach is
shonen,
Bleach is Bleach.
shonen.
After like yeah, I guess it just follows a lot of shonen tropes, but like in its own way that gets kind of like you were saying repetitive, and you're like, okay, so
Eh,
this we know how this is gonna go. And you're just like, can we just skip this part and get to the thing I want to see? But instead, it's like, no, we're gonna put you through this again and again, and it's like, it's fine, but come on,
And
we know how this goes.
if I feel like they explain every single thing, they don't show like the whole entire like show it, don't tell it.
That's shonen in general, though. I use this new power. Let me spend the next 5 minutes to describe what it is, and then hit you with it, and
Or
then
I
I
feel
realize,
this. I feel this new way. I need to physically say how I feel,
yeah,
not show how I feel, but
just animate it, and then afterwards have the character like, wait, what just happened? Oh, I think it was this. Like, I like those a lot more than like I like shonen, so I have no problem with it. But like when they do that stuff, but I prefer when a character just does something
and then I can like guess
and like,
like
wait, what was
the
that,
visual
etc. And then
cues.
afterwards, the character will be like, oh yeah, I don't know, my body just felt like after the fight. Don't do it during the fight because during the fight, I just want everything to flow smooth. I don't want to have a break period where it's like this character is talking for like 5 minutes. I want to just go,
Yes,
go, go, and then afterwards be like, what was happening during that fight? It's like I think this was happening. This is what it was. Show flashbacks to the fight and describe what you were feeling in that moment, but don't literally have like a drawn out like thought
like
process.
during the fight. Like come on, like I'm watching
The
Bleach, not JoJo.
the
Come
only
on.
the only one I thought like for example where I thought was fine, which isn't even a new gen anime, like not new gen, new this season was like Demon Slayer episode 19, or 18, whichever one it was.
Was the infamous one that like
Yeah,
blew
that
up?
one. Like when he first unlocked the fire breathing, and there was like for like a quick second, he was like, "Okay, I switched from water to breathing. I need to understand that my body will mess up if I stop for even a second. I need to do this. I have to finish it now." I was okay with that because it was setting up the pacing of this next fight. Because the second he was done with that, they just had the full action shot, blah blah blah, and then it cut to like Nezuko. Like, okay, she needs to wake up. Why is she doing it? Because if she just did it, and everyone would have been like confused, you know.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like that episode made it flow because the action was high. Everything was moving really fast.
Also, like if he didn't mention that he only had one shot at it,
It
then
pace the yeah. It would
we
have
would have been like, okay, just do it multiple
yeah. The
times.
stakes would have been a lot lower for us because like oh he can just keep going. Understanding that Tanjiro had to win right then and there or he lost completely built the stakes up even more. So I'm okay with when it's like small stuff like that. But it's the fact that like for example with Bleach they'll have action shots, explain something, action shot, and then go back to explaining. And it's like with the Demon Slayer one, for example, it was like there was the action shot, you thought the character lost. He explained why he got back up, why he needs to win out, and then the rest of it was just action shots. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
hundred
mean?
percent.
Like they let the action shots flow smoothly and have those little talks really short happen in between, and it's only and then when they do it's to build up the stakes, not to just explain the power.
It's not to like stop the action. The flow was still
Exactly.
there, but Bleach, like the flow was there, but then it stops, then it releases, then
Exactly.
the flow,
Like
and
Tanjiro
it's
having that flashback, it was because right before he dies, it's like you know what I mean. It was building up stakes. Like, wait, is Tanjiro really about to die? He's remembering his past, all these different things, and you're like, oh no, he's unlocking a new power. Cool. He explains, I need to win this now. Oh, okay, cool. And then just let the action go.
and it actually turns up to the 10, which I'll give
Exactly.
Bleach that. Like visually,
Oh, visually it's
this is the
insane.
best that Bleach like has ever
I
looked.
would hope so though. After like compared to what it was used to be, the
I
animation budget needed to get
oh,
an
100%.
upgrade.
Like even the movies, I prefer to say these new episodes actually look better than the movies for
Yeah.
Bleach. If you watch them, then
Even I
I
remember when the
say
trailers came out, people were like, "This is Bleach? Like, are we sure?"
like, do we really deserve this as Bleach fans? But hey, you know what? I think
I
we
think
do.
you deserve after that wait. Like for 100% all like I'm not a big Bleach fan. Like I enjoy hearing it, but I'm not crazy about it. Bleach itself, I think the fans earned it. Like you know what I mean? they waited this long. They never got a proper conclusion. Bleach was one of the big three, and it was done the most dirty out of the big three. And now it's finally getting something that it deserved.
Well, I think that part could be argued. Like Naruto got done dirty by having Boruto.
It got done dirty, but also yes, but Bleach got the most done dirty. It didn't get a proper ending. It has a lot of filler, like I know Naruto does too. But I'm
Ooh.
saying out of the big three, not including Boruto, Bleach had a lot of filler to like make its length longer, even though it didn't need to be. And it's also like yes, One Piece has its length, Naruto has its length. Bleach is the shortest, but even then, they gave it more unnecessary length because
Oh,
one of the big things stopping people from watching Bleach is that most of it is filler, and like you can skip it, but also people are like, you know, like why does it have so many episodes? If it's mostly or not why so many episodes, but
yeah, and
why are
also
most of the
the
episodes
Bleach
filler?
anime doesn't really do the Bleach manga
Yeah,
justice. That
for sure.
there is kind of that aspect also.
I remember the first time I read the Bleach manga first, and I remember the first time I put on an episode, I was like, "What is this? Like, this is so much worse." The manga was so much like better.
If I'm just glad that the Bleach anime is back. Bleach anime is doing well, and I feel as if yo, people are now gonna have respect for Bleach fans. No more disrespect for us.
I think obviously we're on episode 11, but I'm excited to see where it goes for sure. I
Oh,
think it
1,000%.
has
That's a big cliffhanger.
thousands. I see what you did there, but I'm definitely enjoying this season of Bleach. Not as much as Chainsaw Man, but I'm enjoying it. But
I mean,
I can tell you
yeah.
what I'm enjoying it more than My Hero season 6. Woo!
that's a that's a sore room
My
there.
Hero season 6. I understand. I'm a manga reader for My Hero Academia. I was so excited for this next arc.
He's been hyping this up
This
for a
I
while.
literally said once this anime or this arc gets animated, people will start putting respect on My Hero's name. Like people like love it, but like or like it, but people will like adore My
I
Hero.
believe that you also this is the time when like we were still comparing like season like we were saying like All Might versus Alpha was peak.
Yeah,
I was saying as an anime only watcher, and then he was saying no, just wait,
this
just wait.
season will, and somehow they fumbled it. Like wow, I've never seen something built up so much in the manga or something so amazing and just like what even happened? Like the story was is so good. It's still good because you can't unless you change the story itself, you can't mess that up.
Okay, that's
Story's
fair.
really good. But the animation and just a lot of the scenes themselves don't have as much impact as they did in the manga. And maybe that's just a manga versus anime thing. But it's also be just the pacing of stuff doesn't hit the same, you know? Like I remember so much was happening during that week to week period, reading that thing, which obviously does affect more. But even
Reading or
then,
watching?
reading, but even then, I was about to say, watching, you still have that week to week period,
That's
but
true.
it just doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean?
Would you say the problem is like how much content they put in one episode, or would you say the amount of time
It's
they take to
it's
like
the animation,
oh just pure the
like
animation?
mostly, and the setting itself. Like in the manga, I know it's black and white, but during this is for all like we all know the villains are like going crazy. Shigaraki's awakened. He's nuking literal cities. Everyone's trying to stop it, right?
Hmm.
Why is it like pitch bright daylight outside? I understand in the manga you can't tell, but he just nuked the city. You can put like dust clouds in the sky, make this brown or whatever,
Oh yeah,
and it
like
hits fine. You know, make it like a cloudy day. Why is it so
um,
bright blue, white clouds?
I guess make it like a contrast. Like you without Shigaraki, bright. With
Exactly.
Shigaraki,
He just nuked. If you want to make the sky reddish, like a reddish tint or something, showing like the villains are like
all the
there was
blood in the air or
like
something.
so much you could have done. And he just did a bright blue background with white clouds to make it look like it's a normal peachy day in My Hero. Like I understand that My Hero backgrounds have never always been like the greatest thing ever,
Yeah, but like
but
it's simple. Like
it
color is it color theory?
it no, it's just this. It's the fact that this is one of the most like hyped up, like scariest arcs. You don't know who's gonna live, who's gonna die, etc. And they put the background from season one over it. Like this is a war arc, you know. This is like what is it in Naruto? What is it? When
Oh, the thousand. Oh,
like you saw the
the
sky.
Great Ninja War.
Yeah, like you saw how the sky was. It wasn't like super
For
bright blue. It was like a mixture of like cloudy-ish, like
all
dust
right, now
clouds, right?
that's you could. I saw the seriousness there, and
You see
then
what I mean, right? Like it could have been a bright blue day, but like they changed the settings. You know what I mean to
I guess
fit the setting.
I guess I never thought about that. Like how the background really does impact
It's
how the story
taken away
feels.
so much. Like even
Wait, so
in
in the manga, was it like all blue
it
skies?
was black and white, but like
This one.
even then, you don't need to make it as bright blue as you did. Dark blue is fine. You know what I mean? Or in these moments where these characters have these great panel shots, literally just change the background. You know what I mean? Have like you know how Myra has that thing they love to do where it's all black and then it's like the character like just in the frame. You know what I mean? And it's like a white outline around them.
Or is it like when the like
When Muriel got shot, you remember how it was
oh
all black background to show the emphasis on that?
yeah.
Stuff like that would be fine in these big moments, but they just put that blue background.
Yeah, because now I remember, wasn't it bright when All Might fought All for One, and then when All Might and All for One at the start fight, then
It was
everything got
night.
like it was
It was
nighttime.
nighttime, so it was super dark, which makes sense. And I'm not saying it needs to be nighttime. I mean, that would be perfect too, because dark setting. But like, it just feels so weird to have like against Gentle Criminal or La Brava,
So
bright blue background. It's fine. It's a
so is
day.
it the animation that's the issue or is the color
It's
the
both.
issue?
The I'm saying the sky has been one of the biggest issues for My Hero this season, but the animation itself is also just. You could go on Twitter or TikTok, wherever, you'll see the side by side parallels. There's a scene of Shigaraki screaming with his teeth distorted, and in the anime, it just looks so well, that you're joking, you
It
know.
got done dirt.
There were so many scenes. There was one with Bakugan specifically where this is somewhat big spoilers for the season, but when he gets impaled by All for One, like that scene in the manga hits so different. And in the anime, bright blue background, just like, oh, yay, Bakugan's dying in the middle of the day. Like, what? And then there's also, there's just so many scenes where it just literally go on social media and you'll find it. They've just butchered the art. Like, the manga already, My Hero's always been insane compared to the anime. But this is a core showing for one of the best arcs in the series.
So you would personally say that My Hero Academia, this is so in the manga, this was peak story wise.
Oh, 100%. When this arc was happening each week, people were losing their mind. And in the anime community, yeah, people are still losing their mind. But that's not because of how it looks. It's because of the story itself, which was you can't, like I said, you can't mess that
So the
up.
story isn't carry. So the story is the one carrying
It's
the
carrying all the
anime.
hype right now. The best episode, in my opinion, was the most recent one, Dobby's Dance, where, again, spoilers for the episode, Dobby revealed to Endeavor, I'm Toya, I'm your son, and like that episode, they actually his voice acting, Dobby's voice actor killed it. The animation was so nice. Like it felt like they put all the budget in that, which feels weird because there was previous scenes where they
I know
should have
it
put it.
kind of reminds me of how they did like Lemurio Dirty in the season 4,
What do you
and then
mean?
but yet remember Mirio versus Overhaul.
Oh, when he thought it was just panels,
Yeah, but
but
they did that one dirty, but then they kind of rectified it with Deku versus Overhaul. That one being
yes,
more
but
like
also in the manga, they didn't actually show Mirio versus Overhaul.
oh they did
They
it.
because they just showed those panels as Deku was like running to catch up. That's why. So
Oh.
I'm like, they can't. You know what I mean? They could add a filler fight, but there's not. You know what I mean? There wasn't
Mm.
really anything from what I remember, of course.
But so do you think that the My Hero anime studio is kind of like doing the route of like so we'll save all the animation budget for the big scenes and it's
Dobby's Dobby's dance is my personal favorite, like one of my favorite moments in My Hero in general.
so with that one being a big scene, that's kind of an example of how they
There
prioritize
are,
big
but
scenes.
there are multiple big scenes that they fumbled. Bakuga getting impaled and possibly like in
So they
that
had so do you think they like chose certain big scenes to have
they
put
chose the
more
Dobby one, but
emphasis?
there was a lot more scenes they should have put emphasis on. You should never have like unless it's clearly the biggest scene, which Dobby's thing is my favorite. Like it's such a big one. But there were so many more scenes in this season that should have had that same amount of emphasis, or at least it should have been evened out across. They made it all on Dobby, which I'm not. He's one of my favorite characters, but Shigaraki versus literally everyone.
That one could have they could have
There's a few episodes that look good, like Mirako in episode 2 and Dobby's dance,
over the
but
bunny girl
Mirako.
when she Heriko when she invaded.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was Mirako
Oh,
when there was that. Some of these scenes look good, but there's others where they just fumbled completely, and in my opinion, that's unacceptable. Like for how much hype My Hero has behind it. Like I don't know, maybe there's something going on with the studio, like they didn't have time or whatever.
I mean they were rushed or something like that.
But either way, I'm just not satisfied with
How it
how
is right
this
now.
season has been compared to especially everything else
How
that's
many
been out.
episodes left do they have in the season?
Oh, they still have like not even halfway. It's 24 episodes, but they're on episode like 10. But I'm saying that when they get to the next arc, okay, it's going to be good because the next arc's good. But this is a big arc. They
Wait,
needed to put emphasis
wait.
on
So this
this.
arc is not gonna be the full 24 episodes. This arc
No,
is
it's
gonna be
almost
like,
over.
oh really?
That's why, and I'm like, that's why I'm so disappointed because if there was like the other stuff, the big stuff was happening later, but now we're basically at the end. There's like a few more big reveals, but Dobby was the big one. But there was other stuff before that should have got more emphasis that didn't. And the animation has just been not compared to especially everything that's like Bleach, Chainsaw Man, everything we've been talking about. No way. Like it just it's a you watch Chainsaw Man, you're like, oh my god. You watch Bleach, this looks beautiful. You watch My Hero, like
So as far as sequels goes, Bleach done well. My Hero,
it's really falling down. Like again, if the story wasn't top tier, and I feel like also a lot of it comes off of the fact that season five was done so poorly with them switching the order of the arcs and all that. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled enough about My Hero. It's really annoying. What's another thing about it? Yeah, I mean we're talking about like sequels to previous seasons. Mob,
oh yeah, facts.
the season three.
Which sad enough, there's the finale. It is.
I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing so far. There's one episode left as of this recording, from what I'm aware of. It doesn't feel like they're going to be able to wrap everything up in one episode with like how much I questions I have left about Mob Psycho. But if this is the end, I mean, as long as they make the ending feel somewhat good, I have no problem. Like I'm okay with this season. I've been satisfied. The animation for like when Dimple fought what is it, Psycho Helmet was insane. Like people were it was the same week the Pikachu Charizard thing, and people were like, "Bro, this is more
Oh
better animated than that." And I was like, "No, but I understand where you're coming
wait,
from."
the Dimple fight was more animated than the Pikachu
That's
versus.
what people were saying, and I'm like, "No," but in my opinion, but I understand why because it was very beautifully animated. Don't get me wrong.
Alright, my Psycho, the animation just out of this world.
Yeah, like that's one thing I've never had an issue with Mob. They always make the animation insane. The story is like it's Mob Psycho. If you're expecting these like crazy, in-depth psychological action shonen battle heavy fights, I'm sorry, you're like it's great. It's gonna be animated beautifully. It's gonna have a great narrative purpose, but it's not gonna be like the greatest animated thing of all time with amazing story behind it. Like it's Mob. Mob is not a very like
It's
shonen
a
character. He's opposite of a shonen character. He shows very few emotions. He has them, but he shows very few. He's normally just a quiet, like he says what's on his mind. But
oh
then
yeah,
you look at like
his a contradiction to what we're used to.
yeah, like look at Deku, look at Luffy, look at Naruto, like Ichigo. Like these characters have like constantly like, oh, I want to be
Alright,
Pirate King. I
they
want
have
to be
like
Hotoge.
huge goals
They
that
have
make you like, yeah.
they have personality to them. Mob has personality, but in the most subtle ways, which is the opposite of what a main character has
And his
here.
goals aren't like big, like I want to become the Wizard King. Like
I want to ask out this girl. I want to get in shape.
I
I
want to
want to
get to a good college.
yeah, or high school.
Or so,
He's in still
good.
middle school.
Oh,
My point is like yeah, but like Mob is such a simple story, and with all like with Chainsaw Man being crazy, with My Hero despite the animation being horrible, the story being good, with Bleach Thousand Year War finally seeing that. It's been nice to watch Mob and get your slice of life, yet a bit of action with it. You know what I mean? Or like just I wouldn't say slice of life because if you've seen Mob, you know what I mean. It's a very simple story, but it's very like enjoyable too because it feels like stakes are high for the world it's in. You know, for Mob
hmm.
having such a he wants to live such a simple life, like him asking out a girl, yeah, and like if this was what is it, Bleach, we would be like, what? Like this is a side character story, but for Mob, this is such a big deal for him.
Yeah, because like for some other series, you'd be like, this isn't really end of the world type of thing. I'm not
Meanwhile,
really
in Mob Psycho,
invested.
it is the end of the world when he just wants to go ask out a girl, which is insane.
And also the side characters in Mob,
Oh yeah,
I love them.
like Dimple, I never really liked him. I've loved him so much after this season. They made sure Dimple like was a likable character
Oh
this
yeah,
season.
Mob's brother. I think
I forgot his name.
I'm I did forget his name as
Reagan
well.
is like one of the best. Is
Oh yeah,
one of the best characters of all time,
we're
except
down to
for that
earth.
one episode. But we don't talk about that one episode. What is it? Toru is that his brother? Or is that the blonde Boruto kid?
I think it's the one with a lot of wigs.
Yeah, Boruto guy. Yeah, he's cool. He's more likable, especially this season. It's after season one, he's really likable in my opinion. Just in general, all the characters this season have
Basically,
like very
once he got his ass whooped,
yeah. After he got humbled, let's put it honestly.
humble with God.
Yeah, this season has just felt more enjoyable. Like Mob, like season one and two. Season one is like you're building up, or you got the vibe, and you're like, okay, let's just see this day to day thing. Boom, season one ending, great. Season two, more stuff is happening. Feels like more episodic, like most of Mob does in general. But you know what? No, I can say this. Season one and two feels very episodic with a lot of their episodes, whereas season three feels like actual arcs. If that makes sense.
And it's actual conclusions to said arcs.
Season one and two, it feels like the only arcs were at the end. Like when they got what is it? Season 1 when Reagan bust into the facility. That felt
Uh,
like a full arc because that was a few episodes. Season 2, the same thing when they went to go take down the boss. Season 3, it feels like there's no like one-off episode. Everything is has at the very least. There's the only thing I can think of is that one episode where they try to meet the aliens, and that was a two-parter. You know what I mean? Everything there was like a arc, the Dimple arc. There was the 2 episode thing, and now they're in the final arc. It feels
and
like
and which you think, as of right now, at least as a recording, you think there's no way that they will be able to wrap up all this in one episode.
no, I don't think so. But granted, it's mob, so this ending might just be simple. I might be under the shonen mindset of they need to have this big. It could just be a you know. I feel like maybe there was a few more episodes that were episodic, but most of mob this season has been arcs, which is why it feels. You know what I mean?
So as a finale, would you say
I need.
you are as a like as a watcher you are
I can't.
good? Oh, you can't say
I
until it
can't say until it
finishes.
ends, but I can say that
The
if
route
they
they're
just
going.
conclude this arc, it's because like with the arc they're at, it doesn't feel like a finale arc. You know what I mean? It feels like this, and then it feels like a one final episode, maybe. You know what I mean? If this episode, the one that just passed, finished the arc they're on right now, yeah, then I could see next week ending because like this feels like a conclusion arc, but it doesn't feel like they can finish it in one episode without it being rushed. You know what I mean? Which I'm hoping they don't do. For Mob is like one of the few anime where I've like it's been over like hasn't had a down point except that one episode of Reagan that we don't talk about.
So in theory, this we could make a future episode probably
Yeah, I mean
about
we could talk about the end of Mob Psycho and like our overall thoughts on it because it will be over next week.
or how like Mob Psycho. I mean, Mob Psycho. I do believe it was kind of a game changer.
It's for
Maybe not full.
simple terms, it's better than One Punch Man. I'm sorry, not well. Season 3 comes out next year for Mob or for One Punch Man, and I heard season 3 is going to be insane. But I'm saying compared to like season 1 and 2 of One Punch Man, Mob Psycho is just more enjoyable for me. It does, or
All
I
right,
should put it like this.
I'll swallow my pride and say One Punch Man season two. I say Mob Psycho is all overall better, but One Punch Man season one,
I guess I should word this
legendary.
better. I think Mob Psycho handles the main character's super OP story way better than One Punch Man. Because one Mob is broken, but there's a limit to him. He has to get to 100%.
That's
Whereas
true.
Saitama is just
And once
whatever.
at 100%, he knocks out.
It's a better story in my opinion because what is it? One Punch Man feels more comedy based a lot of the times, whereas Mob it's like there are stakes still.
And
He's
with
at
Mob
20.
Psycho, the side characters I should know them. I know their characters, but
I
like with One Punch Man,
I know One Punch Man. There are the side characters like Gaur, Terrible Tornado, what's his
King.
master's name, King. Like these characters are very memorable. It's just to be fair, we're comparing 2 season show to a 3 season.
That's fair. And who
So
knows? One Punch Man season three
I
could
heard
change
season
the
3,
game.
like where it is in the manga right now, is way better. Like I know a few spoilers and like
Ooh, makes me excited. I guess
yeah,
for next. Hey, this just makes me excited for the future of anime because, like, bro, every season there seems to
it's
be like
something getting
one
better.
banger, like one unanimous anime. Like, yo, this was a good anime for
Mhm.
this season.
Speaking of uh this season and anime in general, like something that was new, Blue Lock. I have never been a fan of sport anime. I'll say that right now. Not that like I hate it. I've just never really enjoyed it. Blue Lock is changing that for me really fast.
Okay, was your main issue with anime, like
Sports anime.
sports anime, was it because like you're not really a fan of watching sports in general? That's why like
No, I
you
enjoy
don't think
watching sports.
you do
Like I do. It's just it felt repetitive with
sports.
yeah, sport anime. This team is this team is that. How are they going to win? It's going to be last second goal to decide the win for any stakes.
Ooh,
Blue Lock is doing a bit of that. They're like any sports anime is going to be guilty of that to some extent,
of course. I mean, it's right there.
but everything feels like the stakes are up. You know what I mean? Even if it is like last minute and someone has to win, and the main characters are going to win, sometimes they don't, and it's very confusing and shocking. And it's I don't know. I guess maybe another thing that's also very enjoyable about Blue Lock is that the World Cup is happening at the same time as Blue Lock, so it's very
It
funny.
was perfectly timed.
100%. Like there is some when Japan was playing in the World Cup, it was funny because there was 2 shots specifically that people recorded and realized that in Blue Lock there was an exact same like goal, like paired up. I can show you the video if I haven't already, where it literally looks identical to the anime, like the shots that he pulled off in the World Cup.
Imagine Japan actually won the World Cup. I mean,
I wanted them. That was the team I was rooting for this year because one of the main
what?
reasons because Blue Lock coming out at the same time would have been so funny. The whole point about Blue Lock is becoming the best, like Japan getting the best soccer team in the world.
But I guess okay, still in Blue Lock. Something that I've kind of noticed that I've seen is like people are saying like in the beginning
Mm.
they thought they were all gonna get together the team and they were all gonna like want to be the
Oh
best.
no, that's yeah, something I enjoy about Blue Lock. Most esports anime are like power of friendship, working as a team. Yay, we got to do this. And there's like that one person who sticks out. Blue Lock, yeah, there is that one person who sticks out, but everyone doesn't like each other at first. Everyone's like, I want to be the best. I want to be this. Get out of my way. Blah blah blah, etc. And they have to learn to work as a team, which yeah, every sports anime is somewhat guilty of. But it's not right away where it's like, oh, these people like each other, or some of these people like each other and realize how to play as a team. Everyone's just looking out for himself,
They just want to
and
get
it
the
was
ball, they
very
just want to
interesting.
goal. So wait, is Blue Lock set in like a high school setting, set in like a college
So you
setting?
haven't seen it, have you?
No, I've
So
not
Blue
seen it.
Lock is essentially the story goes that they gather up a ton of the best soccer players from Japan,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Hey, only one of you. We'll put you guys into random teams. You'll play together, and then fight other teams. And basically, by the end of this tournament or whatever, one player will walk out as the best Japanese soccer player of all time. Everyone else will never be allowed to play soccer for official teams again. If you think you're the best, you should have no problem." So they,
So so the person who created kind of purposely want everyone to divide.
yeah, but also a person who can be put in a difficult situation and come back and work hard. That's why. So
So
it's
how's the
very
main
enjoyable.
character, or is there multiple main characters?
It's one. He's there's a main character, and he's enjoyable. He's not like the best main character of all
Is it
time.
generic or is he like stand out among the
A
crowd?
mixture of both. He's very generic in design and personality. He kind of is, but also he has his moments where he stands out.
Like it stands out as in like he does something like so incredible
That a main
to show
character, the
that
only
main
the main
character.
character would do, and it like has his moments where he is clearly the main character.
Mm.
You know,
Is he the type of main character that succeeds every time, or is he the type of main character
oh
that
hell
like
no, he fails a lot. That's why I like it. Sometimes he succeeds and sometimes he fails.
So he has like a mixed baggage of like, and when he succeeds, he does he like celebrate the success and gets his head.
It's always thinking you would have to watch it. I don't want
I,
to just recap the whole show in a sense, but I definitely recommend it for sports anime. Blue Lock is enjoyable as of right now.
so you would say like this is like better than Haikyuu. This is better than
I
Boku
can't
no
say
Basket.
I can't say because
Like enrage
I also
everyone.
enjoy football or soccer a lot more than that's one of my favorite sports to watch. So maybe that also helps with me enjoying Blue Lock as much as I am.
Hmm.
And I
In
haven't
that
seen
case,
Kuroko basketball, which is basketball is another one of my favorite sports to watch. So maybe I'll like that just as much.
I'll have to give it a shot. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm hearing so much good stuff about it, and also it's one of my favorite sports as well,
Mhm.
I have to give it a shot.
But yeah. Is there any other
Hmm.
anime you can think of you want to talk about? Maybe just like one more?
I would be remiss if we're talking about we did mention some sequels. I think we would kind of be remiss not to mention Spy Family.
Oh, 100%. I didn't even realize. Yeah, how could we? Spy Family is amazing. It's the best slice of life anime that's out right now, and well, I mean, I think just in general, that's a very
Oh yeah, uh, I I say Spy Family music wise, I actually love it,
oh yeah, opening, ending, great. I have that on my Spotify on repeat.
and
Uh,
it looks adorable and like
yeah, like if again, it's a slice of life. I don't know what you're expecting, but
has has everything that you're really kind of looking for. My thing is, I personally say Spy Family takes it safe. They really doesn't do
oh yeah, it's
anything
nothing
revolution.
crazy. It's just a sweet story about Lloyd, Yor, and Anya trying to hide their secret identities while also live their normal life at day to day. And they get into fun, wacky adventures, and it's cute. It's wholesome. It's nothing that's gonna
Like change. Well, have you read the manga?
for Spy Family.
Yeah.
I'm literally caught up with it.
Oh, then would you say this is like? Would be looking forward to anything that might change the game?
I mean, there's certain arcs, but like I'll be honest, because I read everything really fast, I don't remember what happens exactly when. So I don't know how far season two is gonna go. Is my point.
Mm.
But I've enjoyed what the content they have. I've enjoyed like the characters they've introduced. Everything's like the manga. It's a good adaptation of the manga because the manga again it's a slice of life. So as long as you make it look pretty, which the animation is amazing, you put a good calm OST over it.
the voice
and the voice
actors.
actings are really good, you're fine.
I
It's
say
a slice of life.
I've definitely see so many memes from Spy
Oh,
Family.
100%.
Like
Anya is one of
JoJo
the
Part 6, like memes get out of here. Uh, I'm sorry, trying to think.
Anya is the best meme, like one of the funniest anime meme characters of all
Oh
time.
yeah. Like Anya, episode 5, the infamous like, yo, we need every soldier.
Oh, that was
The,
yeah, when the scene where she's like, "Oh, I want real guests at my castle," and then like they summoned like a whole troop squad, a mission level S plus.
that will always
Hilarious.
get my gut laugh every time.
Spy Family's hilarious. It's a very enjoyable story. The characters are enjoyable. The animation is good, which it doesn't even need to because it's a slice of life.
Like that part kind of really surprised me. Like
Mhm.
the last episode of season 1 where Anya jumps in the pool.
Mhm.
That one was like, what is this?
Like the
And the
animation,
dodgeball.
the dodgeball, yeah, the whole like super Anya charge shot, like
Like
the
I was like, and also when they show the before, like
just
Yo just being the kill any tree she wants.
yeah, it's kind of funny how the slice of life anime Spy Family has better animation than all of My Hero season 6 besides the Dobby episode. Sorry, not sorry. Like that's a shonen where the animation matters because it's battling, but that's just me.
Damn, just
I'm very disappointed with My Hero.
yeah,
Like
I could see.
I had so much expectations for this season. Again, maybe that's my fault, but
And you still say up to there right now, where the manga is right now, this was still like one of the best arcs.
I definitely think in terms of like reveals and like action, it's one of the best arcs.
And this is like a build, like this is an art that they really should not have messed up.
Yeah, no, this is the arc that like is the turning point for My Hero. From the happy school adventures to what it is now.
Woo! I mean, so basically, what we've got in this season is some disappointments, some
Yeah,
good sequels, some new series that we honestly
yeah.
we
The
did hear hype about, and the hype has been
Chainsaw Man,
yeah
Chainsaw Man, and I heard a lot about Blue Lock. It was a little overhyped in my opinion, but I'm enjoying
overhyped.
it
Like
some.
how what did they say to overhype it?
I'll say this: for a sports anime, I'm enjoying it. What do I think people were hyping it a bit too much? Just a bit,
Like would
but
you
I
say
also think it's fine
would you say like people would say like, oh my god, this anime is gonna redefine sports animes or something like
to
that?
some extent. Yeah, but also it's not done yet. So maybe when the season's done, when I like the end of this current arc, battle they're in or match they're in, when this one's done, maybe I'll see why it's so good. I think there's a
No.
few episodes left. I think it's 24 episodes in season 1. We're only in episode 10. So clearly,
There's more content
yeah.
to bestowed, and
As of
also
right now, it has potential to be. It has potential to get to the point where people are hyping it up for me. It just as of right now, I'm not there yet, but I can see it getting there with how good it's been so far.
so you would say that Blue Lock is definitely one of the shows this season that has to be watched.
Oh, 100%. If I had to like choose 3 from this list, Chainsaw Man is easily my number 1. I would probably recommend Mob Psycho and Blue Lock. Like season 3, obviously, but you would need to watch the other stuff. But
I guess if you're gonna choose three, I'll choose three.
mhm.
Um, surprisingly, I'm not gonna say Bleach because good luck watching 366
Well, no,
episodes to
keep.
understand.
I'm using the mindset as like you're caught up on everything and just need to watch the new season. If you
Oh,
could choose 3,
in that case, I'm gonna do that. Mob,
okay.
Bleach, obviously.
Yeah.
Now,
There's a right answer.
there's a right answer. Like if I don't say this certain one,
You're
oh
not getting
boy,
home tonight.
oh boy, oh brothers, Chainsaw Man. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
okay, all
It's
right.
it's it's. I'm sorry. Maybe again, I'm just really biased here, but nothing is touching that anime right now in terms of like um popularity, animation. I don't know if you saw the polls. Chainsaw Man is on like literally doubled. Like I think this number 2 in
I
terms of
wonder,
viewership.
did the anime? Oh yeah, anime of the year is in January. I forgot
Yeah, I think Chainsaw Man's winning easily, but
easily. Like even above, like
I
I
think it's gonna
actually
be
kind of
Chainsaw Man. I think Demon Slayer is gonna be like in top 3, season 2. I think honestly, Attack on Titan maybe might get up there just because Attack on Titan fans are unstoppable. But
they're
yeah,
ridiculous.
they're like the rumbling, like they're unstoppable, just constant, just crushing everything that's way. But but yeah, I think Chainsaw Man's winning. I think it deserves to win. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? Is there an anime we didn't talk about that came during this season and you really like? Tell us in the comments. And like, just tell us what was your favorite. If you think I am overhyping Chainsaw Man too much, or if you think I was bashing My Hero too much, or if Bleach is he was bashing Bleach too much, or not over or hyping up Bleach too much, etc., etc. Let us know. We were
I
more than happy to
challenge
discuss
you.
with you.
I
Oh,
challenge you. to prove me wrong about Bleach.
I
The
mean,
other ones, leave them. Bleach, try me.
anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. One more time, don't forget to colossal smash this like button and stay subscribed. Without further ado, that's it.
Stay safe.
You guys have a nice one.